Once upon a time, high up in the fluffy white clouds, there lived a curious little raindrop named Ruby. Ruby wasn't like the other raindrops who were content just floating in the sky, waiting for the right moment to fall. Ruby loved asking questions and learning new things. "Where do we go when we fall from the clouds?" she often asked her friends, but no one really knew. So one bright morning, Ruby decided to find out for herself. As the sun peeked through the clouds, Ruby felt the wind gently pushing her. "It's time to explore," she thought with excitement. She and her friends tumbled down from the sky, laughing and swirling as they fell. Ruby squealed with excitement. "Whee! This is amazing!" she shouted as she spun and danced through the air. She felt free and adventurous, like she could explore the whole world. Ruby finally landed softly on a green leaf in a beautiful forest. She looked around and saw trees swaying gently in the breeze, colorful flowers blooming in the sunlight, and birds chirping happily in the branches above. "Wow, this is incredible," Ruby thought. "This place is full of life." As Ruby admired the view, she noticed a delicate flower nearby, its petals glistening with tiny droplets of dew. She hopped over to the flower and asked, "Hello, who are you?" "I'm Daisy," the flower replied in a soft, melodic voice. "You, little raindrop, help me grow. I drink water from the soil which comes from you." Ruby was amazed. She had never realized that she could help something so beautiful grow. Ruby felt proud. "I help you grow? That's wonderful," she said, smiling brightly. Daisy's petals seemed to brighten as if they were thanking Ruby for her part in the cycle of life. After saying goodbye to Daisy, Ruby continued her journey, slipping off the leaf and joining a tiny stream that trickled through the forest. The stream was so clear and fresh with little pebbles and smooth rocks lining the bottom. As Ruby floated along the stream, she met a small fish named Finn who was swimming happily in the cool water. "Hi, Ruby. Thanks for being part of the stream," said Finn with a smile. "We fish need clean water to swim and live in. Without the water you bring, our home wouldn't be so nice." Ruby giggled. "I didn't know I could help you too, Finn," she exclaimed. She felt so happy knowing that she was part of something so important to Finn and all the fish. As Ruby floated along, the stream grew wider and faster. She saw frogs hopping on lily pads, dragonflies zipping through the air, and even a turtle basking in the sun on a rock. Ruby called out to them, "What do you all need me for?" The frogs croaked in unison. "We need water for our ponds. It's where we lay our eggs and where our tadpoles grow. Without the water, we wouldn't be able to live and grow." Ruby was amazed. She hadn't realized how important she was to so many creatures. She felt like she was a part of something much bigger than herself. As the stream carried Ruby further along, she noticed that the water was moving faster and faster, and she was beginning to feel lighter. Suddenly, the stream merged with a wide river, its waters flowing strong and steady. Ruby swirled and spun in the current, enjoying the ride but also curious about what lay ahead. The river was full of life, with birds flying overhead and animals coming to the banks to drink. Ruby floated on, wondering where the river would take her next. As she traveled, she began to notice that the landscape was changing. The trees along the riverbanks grew taller, and the water became deeper. After what seemed like an endless journey, Ruby found herself at the edge of a vast lake, its waters shimmering in the light of the setting sun. She felt the warmth of the sun on her surface, and was surprised by the gentle tug she felt as if the sun was pulling her upward. "What's happening?" Ruby wondered aloud. "You're evaporating," said a friendly sunbeam that appeared beside her. "You're turning into water vapor and rising back up into the sky. You're part of the water cycle, Ruby." Ruby was astonished. "I'm turning into vapor? How does that work?" she asked, trying to understand. The sunbeam explained patiently. "Water from lakes, rivers, and oceans evaporates into the sky, forming clouds. Then, when the clouds get heavy, the water falls back to the earth as rain, just like you did. It's a never-ending cycle that helps the earth stay alive and healthy." Ruby smiled, feeling proud and amazed at the journey she had experienced. "So I'll return to the clouds and start the journey all over again?" she asked, excited about the adventure that awaited. Exactly, said the sunbeam. The water cycle keeps everything in balance. You help plants grow, animals stay alive, and the earth stay healthy. You're a part of something truly special. With that, Ruby felt herself rising, carried upward by the warm sunbeam. As she floated back into the sky, she couldn't wait to share everything.